Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today, you guys, it's another Marvel-related video. Today we're tackling the next Marvel What If episode. This one we're talking about T'Challa becoming Star-Lord, or Black Panther. T'Challa becoming Star-Lord. Now, you're going to be seeing some LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2 gameplay in the background, so make sure to enjoy that. If you want to see more Marvel-related videos, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Really does help me and the YouTube algorithm. And again, leave a comment and subscribe. Thank you, guys. Anyway, here we go. So, What If Episode 2, I already have the first one reviewed. What If number 1 with Captain Carter, Peggy Carter becoming Captain America. I really enjoyed that episode. I thought it was a really good beginning to the, very first quote-unquote canon, episodic events of the MCU, or the MCM, whatever. And this one was really freaking good. So we're just going to start off with the negatives, and then work our way to the positives. So the negatives for this episode probably would be the comedy. And that is the biggest offender for me, besides the CGI, in the Marvel movies. Now, when I say comedy is killing this franchise, I don't mean that I'm hating or, any of that. Look, 99% of the comedy in the MCU, or the humorous moments, I like. It's not like I'm going to go, ha! I'm not going to laugh out loud like a moron every single joke. But some of the jokes are really good in these movies and this animated show, and some of them are kind of bad, Like in Captain America the Winter Soldier, when Nick Fury says, "Last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye." You ask yourself, and you're like, okay, well, what happened? Did Nick Fury get himself, cut in the eye with a knife? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe a Skrull killed? No, it was a goddamn cat. It was a flurkin. It was a cat. Little pussy cat. Got his eye out. Yeah, it was funny, but it kind of undermined that character. Same thing here, like the Jamin Huwaznu, or whatever that guy's name is, who kind of played the guy in, the I guess, canon Guardians of the Galaxy. He's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "Star-Lord, man, legendary outlaw. Guys?" Oh, forget it. And they start shooting, In this one, he's kind of more funny. And I don't like that. I don't know. I don't. I think the MCU struggles with comedy sometimes, and this is one prime example of that. You have this really badass scene with T'Challa as Star-Lord, and Yondu's there, and the Ravagers are there, and all the voice actors, the actors are returning to voice their characters. The animation's really good. It's they're cursing, and there's violence, and it's the same MCU stuff that we like. It's just that the comedy in this is just really forced. There's that scene where, I'm just going to say what's-his-face. What's-his-face is pointing his blaster gun rifle thing at T'Challa, right, Star-Lord, in this version of Star-Lord. And, he's like, "Oh, no, you go first." And he's like, "No, you go first. No, you go." And it's like, God dang, let's go, do something. And finally, there's an action scene. And I get it, the MCU does that stuff. It has some comedic moments. I understand that. I'm not stupid. But at the same time, some of the comedic moments can be a little bit crazy. Again, take that Nick Fury thing. Maybe there's Thor Ragnarok. I love Thor Ragnarok, but Thor is 110% out of character in that film. You look at Thor 1, Thor 2, Avengers 1, Avengers 2. He's kind of funny, but he's mostly stoic. He's mostly, serious. The most serious out of any of the, Avengers. And then in Thor Ragnarok, he's just like, "Oh, my name's Thor, and I'm really funny, and he's a bowling ball. Loki, get help!" He's just really funny. He's really jokey. It's funny, but it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense as to why he's so freaking funny in that film. It's just, Taika Waititi is like, "You know what, let's go funny." And it worked, but Thor didn't work for me. I don't know. And that's the same thing here. Some of the funniest moments in this, quote-unquote funniest moments in this episode aren't funny because they're just forced. There are funny moments with Thanos, of course, Josh Brolin kind of playing the cool hipster dad, which is funny. There's some comedic things in there. But, that guy, Damajin Husnu or whatever, just kind of, just being funny, just kind of bantering with T'Challa, and just kind of like being a big fan. Maybe one or two of his lines are funny, but other than that, not too much. So again, but that is probably the biggest negative, is that, same with the MCU in general. Some of the comedic moments can be a little bit too out there, a little bit too in your face, and, sometimes they don't work. But the animation is still great. I think that the plot was really cool. Look, they could have easily just said, "Oh, what if T'Challa, Black Panther, was Star-Lord?" That's all you'd have to do. And we go, "Oh, yeah, it'd be pretty cool," and then move on with your day. But instead, you get a really cool story of Thanos being good, Nebula having hair and looking hot. You have all these different items in there that are really cool. These different, I guess, I don't know, tools and trinkets that the Collector has. The Collector plays a massive role. He's kind of the bad guy even, which is really cool. Howard the Duck's in there making, male body part jokes, which is kind of funny. I found that kind of weird, but I guess Howard the Duck would make those kind of jokes. He makes a compensation joke, you know where that's going. But I do think that this is a very... Again, it's funny at times when it's supposed to be. I think it's got great action scenes, Thanos, and all these different plot points kind of converging. And again, it's not just what if T'Challa was Star-Lord. It's what if that happened, and what if the Collector was really evil, or what if different things happened. What if Drax still had his wife and daughter? That would be kind of cool. And they do all these things. And I think that's what's really unique about the show, is that they don't just go, what if blank was blank, and that's it. They do that. What if X was Z, or wait, X was Y, and then they just keep effing going. They keep going, well, what if Nebula was that? What if Thanos was that? What if, Drax was that? What if Gamora was that? There's all these different unique things in there, which is really freaking fun, and I really enjoyed that. So again, my only issue is really the comedy sometimes. Some of the comedic moments didn't really work for me. But, man, other than that, it was pretty freaking fun. I really enjoyed it. I think that this one, the first one with Captain Peggy Carter, that was kind of more basic. It was what if Peggy Carter was Captain Carter, Captain America, right? There you go. But this one, it's what if T'Challa was, Star-Lord? What if Thanos was good? They kind of play on these different unique, they kind of riff on each other, which is really nice. And, of course, they end the episode with, Chadwick Boseman, who sadly passed away. Really anyone... Carrie Fisher, Chadwick Boseman, Stan Lee, Adam West, the big guys, whenever they die, it really F's you up. But, seeing that Chadwick Boseman's basically his last performance that we'll ever see, unless they have something else, hiding under their sleeve, this was it. This was his final performance, and I really enjoyed that they actually kind of said, in honor of Chadwick Boseman, which is pretty cool, pretty dope. But I enjoyed that. I thought it was a pretty cool way to end the episode. He was good. It's funny, because when I hear him, I'm like, oh, they said in the credits, Chadwick Boseman. Okay, so he's voicing T'Challa Black Panther. But every time he talks, I'm like, that's not Chadwick. Thanos, you could tell. But, some of the characters, even that were in the first one, it says their name, like the Collector is Benicio del Toro, DJ. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I kind of remember what he sounds like, and then I hear him talk for, a lot in this episode, and I'm like... That can't be him. That don't sound right. So it's kind of weird that some of these voice actors are, the actors are really coming back. But you just, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just don't. I don't feel like I hear him. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Maybe I'm going deaf. Whatever. I am getting old. Anyway, I did enjoy this episode of What If. I'd probably from a 0 to 10. I'd probably give it a 9. I think that I was gonna give it a 9.5, but really considering the some of the comedic moments really aren't the best, and I think this one felt a little forced. And that's when the MCU sucks, is when the humor is forced. If humor is organic and it flows organically, then you got something different. But if they're just trying to be jokey all the time, it's when it kind of falls apart. But again, I did enjoy this. I thought this was a much more in-depth and kind of more unique look at this episode. Again, hope you enjoyed my LEGO Marvel 2 gameplay. Just, me kind of roaming around Chronopolis. But I enjoyed this. I really enjoyed it. So again, tell me what you think about Marvel's What If Episode 2, where T'Challa becomes Star-Lord, joins the Ravagers, and defeats the Collector. Again, I can't wait for the next one next week. Again, if you want more Marvel content, make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.